Usually, you take an English course, you pass the exams, you find a job, you use your English skills, and you start to earn money. But what if you don't need all this time and a B1 English is already enough? Hello, awesome people! Today I got 9 ways you can earn money and improve your English at the same time. I rank these jobs from the most difficult to the easiest to obtain. Here is number 9. Open a YouTube channel. Let's say, for example, that you are studying medicine. Then you can open a YouTube channel and share your knowledge with the rest of us. I would personally be your first subscriber, I'm telling you. I understand this is not something easy peasy, but at the same time, my friend, it's greatly rewarding. You can monetize your channel through ads, sponsorships, affiliate marketing, or even with channel memberships, which is what I am doing. But let me give you an example. Let's take the channel of Ruri Ohama. She's a polyglot, which means she knows many languages. And to practice her English, a few years ago, she opened a YouTube channel. What started as a way to practice grew into her main job. And now she is the famous YouTuber you probably know. And she's not the only one. Angelo Colombo from Austria, P2P Empire from Estonia, and many other non-native English speakers opened their YouTube channels to talk about their passions and share their knowledge. At the same time, opening a YouTube channel presents a lot of challenges, from recording your video to speaking with a camera, which is no joke, to then editing your video with all the necessary technological skills required to do so. Now we're about to go ahead with the number 8 of our list. Salesperson, or in other words, the ability to sell something to somebody. In English, yeah, the idea of confronting somebody and trying to sell something to that somebody scares out a lot of people. So I don't blame you if you don't want to do that. But the reward here is even greater than opening a YouTube channel. Now, besides the commission part, okay, because of course we're talking about something that makes you earn pretty good money, but at the same time, you can learn a skill that is really used by anyone, because selling is simply the ability to make somebody agree with you. In fact, my friend, we all sell ourselves to others multiple times a day. The way you dress, the way you walk, everything, my friend, contributes to sell yourself in exchange for what you want. The earlier you learn this skill, the better it is for your life. And if you learn that in English, well, the benefits are only multiplied. When it comes to learning English and selling, the only ability you really need is a good pronunciation. The more your pronunciation is clear, the more the other person understands you, and the reaction of the other person reinforces the English you know, which in turn reinforces the relationship with the other person, and in turn once again reinforces your English. And as you can see, this creates a boosting cycle that boosts your English. Now imagine you are doing this and also receiving money because of that. Wouldn't that be great? I'm sure it would, my friend, because you focused on learning something even harder than learning English. You end up learning English by default, as in without even trying. That happened to me, for example. Now, I've never been hired to sell something, alright? But I've always sold myself to the various jobs I was taking as I was traveling from country to country. At some point, my friend, I took so much pride in how I was presenting myself, how I was selling myself, that was the part where I had the most fun. I had more fun in looking for a job than in actually working for the job I found. But if my experience is not enough, take the experience of Dan Locke.
I was born in Hong Kong. I came to Canada years ago with no money, no connections, and not a word of the English language on my lips, as you can hear as you speak with an accent.
Dan Lok is a Chinese salesman who moved to Canada as a teenager. Despite living in an English-speaking country, he only spoke Chinese until he discovered his passion for selling. And besides, he's also on YouTube with 4.75 million subscribers. So this video you're watching could be just what you needed to start your new career. But if speaking with people scares you, at number 7, I got something that doesn't even require you to open your mouth. Copywriting. Now this is a little easier than sales, my friend, because copywriting is just like sales, but in a written form. It can be you in your little room, just writing on a piece of paper, and copywriters, my friend, are paid pretty well. Now, the most fantastic thing is that you don't need to be fluent in English to be a good, an excellent actually, copywriter in English. I mean, can you realize that? Like you watching, do you like writing? Like if you like writing, that's it. You just need some excellent writing skills. Well, this is exactly what Dan Lok did. You see, he found a mentor and he taught young Dan the art of writing copy. And as you can see here, he says, I learned to write copy, started my one-person advertising agency, and I earned my first significant profits. Of course, this is not something you do in a day, right? You need to learn the art of writing to persuade. But it can be learned, and especially if you learn that in English, you're improving your English. You're gaining money from it, and by the end of your journey, well, you don't even realize you learned English. Meanwhile, if you think that copywriting is still too difficult, well, let's go down with number 6, blog writing. Now, the main difference between copywriting and blog writing is that here you need to sell something in a written form. Here you only need to talk about your experience, your knowledge. Now, this also prompts you to gain some extra money thanks to the affiliate links you could give, not to talk about the fact that you can monetize your blogs, and this will in turn make you earn an extra amount of money. To be honest, my friend, I'm actually convincing myself to forget about YouTube and start a blog. Now, let's go down to number 5. Preparing people for an English certificate. Oh yes, my friend. If you're planning to take an IELTS test, a TOEFL test, or any other kind of certificate, as you're learning how to do it, you can actually help somebody else doing the same thing you want to do. And you don't need to be an expert to do this. You only need to be a couple of steps ahead. Because, my friend, especially with certificates, those things change yearly. Every year there's something new about it. The way you prepare for the IELTS now is not the same way you prepared for the IELTS many years ago. So if you have a fresh experience, you can sell that fresh experience to help somebody else. In doing so, my friend, your English will improve very much. If you're interested in knowing more about it, comment down here with number 5 and I'll be happy to help. And if you think that I'm not reading the comments, my friend, I challenge you to go over any of my videos and see that I actually read and comment every single one of you. Every single comment I see under my videos is deeply appreciated. So don't worry about it. Just be confident that I'm going to answer to you. And now, down with number 4. If you've just started to learn English, believe it or not, you can still become an English tutor. Yeah, I know this is crazy, okay? This is crazy, but it's true. You can teach English starting with your own language, and you will help people from your country learning English. Just say you're learning English, your level is B1, and you want to help an A1 becoming a B1. Because you only need to know a little more than the person you're teaching to. You see, my friend, an A1 learner doesn't even know the basics of this language. So he definitely needs some kind of comfort with its own language in order to get to a B1 level. And that's where you are better than me. Oh yeah, my friend, I'm telling you, you are better than me. The opportunities of actually earning money with this are enormous, especially now that everything is done online, my friends. There's a huge demand. Anyway, if becoming a tutor scares you, that's okay, my friend. There's always the way number 3, Fiverr. Fiverr is the home of digital skills. Whatever skill you have, if it can be done digitally, it can be sold on Fiverr. So not only are you earning extra money, you're also improving your English skills in the process. Once you sign in, you're presented with an infinite list of skills you can sell. Graphic design, programming, digital marketing, video and animation, writing and translation, and the list goes on and on. Really, this is probably the best and easiest way around to make some good bucks and learn English at the same time. If you want me to make a video on how to find a job in Fiverr, just comment down here with number 3 and I'll make a video on this topic. Now, number 2 is finally offline, alright? And you don't need a very high level of English to do this. It's becoming a tour guide. If you live in a tourist area, or if you live close to a tourist area, even if you live in a country where the tourists are all concentrated in a very small part of it, like a minuscule part of the country, you can still become a tourist guide. Your accent here is totally fine, my friend. When it comes to tourism, they come to see your country. They come to see your accent. Tourists are interested in your accent. When I was contacted to work in Disney World, Florida, the reason why they took me, well, they took me because of my accent. Yes, they didn't take me because my English was good. And thinking back then, really, I don't know how I did that. But anyway, yeah, they took me. And they took me because of my accent. This is great. This is great. Even if you have a terrible accent, okay, as long as you can be understood a little, that's already enough. Tourists will be naturally drawn to you and you'll be able to gain pretty good money. But if you really need a quick money and have enough time on your hands, you can do exactly what I did when I started. You can become a waiter. Waiting on people, my friend, is a great job. I couldn't recommend it more, especially if you're young and single. A waiter can travel wherever in the world and always finds a job. If you have a cheerful personality and a nice smile, you're gold. You don't need many other skills. In exchange, you get to practice English every day with tourists. And that's exactly what you need to develop your English. In 2007, my English was terrible. It was so terrible that I was told that my English wasn't enough to work with English speakers. This gave me a fire inside to go out there and prove the world that I could speak English. And to do that, I started working as a waiter. I found a job in a tourist area and I made sure to spend as much time as possible speaking with tourists. I can't tell you how many times the manager of the restaurants where I was working were telling me that I was speaking too much and I was doing too little of my job. Yes, because my goal was to learn English. That was my goal. The only challenge of this job is that it's pretty addictive. This is because it gives you pretty quick money. Like you don't need particular skills to become a waiter. And that can be a problem in time because you can get addicted to quick money and to very low paid job because this job isn't paid well, right? But if you do it to learn English, then it's worth it. Now, I'm sure I made you at least think of trying out one of these methods, but what if you just can't speak? I mean, maybe you know a lot of words, but you just can't get the words out of your mouth. I understand you. Don't worry, my friend. There are a lot of people with the same problem. So for this reason, I made this video where I cover why you understand English but can't speak. And I'm also gonna give you a few tricks I got under my sleeve to finally solve this problem. So I'll see you there. Cheers.